Hi everyone, and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this ancient lace bracelet, and this was designed by heir.looms on Instagram. I'll have his name in the description box below, and I'll bring it up here in just a second. First I want to show you the design. Oh, and sorry my fingers are all red. My marker exploded. I explained this in my last video, but in case you didn't watch that, one of my markers exploded and got under all my fingernails, and it's permanent so it won't come off. But anyway, coming back to this is what the design looks like. You can use a bunch of different colors if you want, or just a couple. It does start out with a base design, which is in the center here, obviously. And yeah, so let me bring up his profile. It's heir.looms. Like I said, I'll have his name in the description box below. But for now, you can check out his account on Instagram. Kind of scroll through it, give him some likes, and give him a follow for me. And we'll go ahead and get started. So what you're going to want is a crochet hook. You don't really need a double-ended one. I'm just going to use this one here. And you're going to want some bands, and we'll go ahead and get started. So for the center chain in the middle, which I used blue sweets for, I'm going to use neon green. And then for the chartreuse I used on the outside, I'm going to use lime green jelly. So to start, you'll take one of your neon green bands and cap it. Take another neon green band, pull that through, and close. Then take a lime green jelly band, pull that through the first loop, lift the first loop back up onto the hook, flip this over, and reattach. So it should look like this. Now you can either just take this off and turn it around, or you can slide it down. For me filming, it's kind of hard to take it off and flip it around without losing all my bands, so I'm just going to flip it around. You're going to take another band through the first loop, lift it back up, flip it, and reattach. So it should look something like this. Now what you're going to do is take a neon green band, you're going to pull this through the first 3 loops, and lift the outer one, so you're only going to grab those middle 2 neon greens. Now take a lime green jelly band through the first 2 loops, lift the first one, flip that over, and reattach. So you're pretty much dropping off this lime green jelly band. Turn it around, pull a green band through, lift the first one, flip that over the end of the hook, and reattach. I'll show you how to do this a couple more times. Take a neon green band through the first 3, and lift the outer one, rearrange it so it's on the outside. It should look like this. Now take a lime green jelly through the first 2, lift the one closest to your hook and flip that lime green over, and reattach the outside one. Turn it around, pull a band through the first 2, lift the first one, flip it, and reattach. Then, just like we've been doing, take a neon green band through the first 3, lift the outer one, and rearrange. Again, just taking that lime green jelly band through the first 2, lifting the first one and flipping it, and just continue this all the way up until it's long enough to fit around your wrist. So I'll complete this one last section, and then I'll show you how to close it off. Oops. So once you're at this point where you would normally pull a neon green band through the first 3 and lift the outer one, you're just going to take a neon green band through all 4 and close. Then you can go ahead and take a C-clip, attach it to those top 2 bands, and close. So this is what your center of chain is going to be. You're going to want to make it a bit longer than your wrist size, maybe like 1 1/4 or 1 1/3 the times of your normal wrist size, just because it does shrink when you add borders to it. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like this, and we're going to start by grabbing the next band, which in this bracelet is Ocean Blue Opaque. I'm going to use Carnival yellow bands. So what you're going to do is go inside of here. You're going to grab one of these cap band loops and just kind of pull it out a little bit. Now take one of these yellow bands, pull it through the cap band loop and close. Now what you're going to do is go up, and you see the horizontal band kind of right in here. You're going to grab that band and pull it out. Should be the horizontal band from your lime green jelly. You're going to take your yellow band through the first 2 loops and close. Then you're going to take this third loop, cross it over the first, over the second, and drop it over the end of the hook. So it should look like this. Sorry, the lighting is really weird right now. But you're going to drop that over, go up into the next band, grab that up, and grab that out, pull the yellow band through the first 2 loops and close. Then take this third loop and just push it over the first and over the second and over the end of the hook. Go up into the next one, do the same thing. If I can get this on my hook, take the yellow band through the first 2 and close, then take the third and just push it over the end of the hook. I just find it easiest to kind of hold these 2 bands up, so I'll show you what I mean. So once you pull your band through the first 2, I just kind of like to hold these up against my hook here, so that this is easier to push over. But whichever way is easiest is, obviously your choice, so do it whichever way you feel works best. But once you have pulled out that last horizontal band, what you're going to go ahead and do is take the C-clip off of the neon green band once you have it on the hook. Take a yellow band or whatever band you want, pull it through all 4 loops and close. Then I'm going to attach my C-clip back onto this band, and I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So what you're going to do is find this other cap band loop, which can be kind of difficult to see, but you're going to want to grab the other side of the band, the one that's not attached to this yellow band already. Then just simply pull 1 band through, go up into the next chain here, pull a band through the first 2 loops and close, take the third loop over the end of the hook. So it's just the same process we did on the other side. Also try to make sure that your bands aren't twisted, or if you have dual layers, just make sure that the outside is on the outside, because it's easier to fix while you're making it than it is to fix afterwards. But we're just going to continue the same process all the way up to the top, sorry. Once you pull that last green loop out, then you'll finish the sequence and take 1 loop of this yellow band inside the C-clip and pull it off. Then loop these 2 yellows on your hook onto that band, and then put the other side of the band back on so that you can reattach the C-clip. Or try to, at least. It's not really working for me. Alright, so this is what it should look like. It'll obviously look a lot neater once you've done a full length, but anyway, what we're going to go ahead and do now is attach another border, which in this bracelet is the denim blue bands, and it's just the same process as we did before. So what you're going to do is try and find this neon green cap band. Again, grab one of those loops, it should be the loop that's on this side, you'll pull that out, and you'll take your next color. I'm going to use banana peel dual layer, pull a band through just that single cap band. Then this is kind of where it gets hard to see, but you're going to go ahead and grab this yellow band that's right next to your neon green jelly, or your lime green jelly, and you're going to grab that yellow band and pull it onto your hook. Then take your yellow through the first 2, take the third over the end of the hook. go up into this next band. Can be a little difficult to grab, but you're going to grab that yellow dual layer right here. Take your regular yellow through the first two, flip that over. So the only thing different about this layer is the band that you're grabbing. It's kind of harder to grab, but once you got the hang of it, it should be okay. Pull that through the first two, and the third goes over the end of the hook. So I'm just going to continue doing this until I reach the top, and it might take a little while because your bracelet's obviously going to be pretty long, but you're also going to have a bit of trouble grabbing that yellow band, so don't get frustrated too easily. Okay, so I grabbed that yellow band, and now what I'm actually going to do is grab the yellow band inside of this C-clipped band here. But the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to grab the second loop, so I'm not going to pull the first loop out. But because I want it to look like the rest of the bracelet, I'm going to kind of slip knot that. So pretty much you are going to grab both of these loops. I'll try and show you better, but it's kind of hard to do with the lighting the way it is right now. So you're going to go inside of the, goodness gracious, what the heck is going on with the light? You're going to go inside the C-clipped band, grab both of those loops on your hook, and just kind of slip knot. Pull the second over the first, and take this one out through the side. And then you'll pull a band through the first two and flip the third over the end. Now what I'm going to do is take these loops that are on the C-clip onto my hook, if that's even possible. Take the clip off, pull a yellow band through those 4 loops, reattach a clip, and then you can always straighten out these bands later, but I'm going to do the other side now. So again, just grab this lime green cap band, or the neon green cap band, sorry, pull a yellow band through it, go up and grab this yellow dual layer, and just repeat the same process all the way up to the top of the hook. Hopefully you had the gist of this stitch by now. I'm just going to try and do it pretty quickly so I can show you how to do the next step. Okay, so I've gotten up to this point. Sorry, my stomach is growling, I'm hungry. You're going to go up into this yellow band here. Again, grab those 2 dual layer yellow loops and just slip knot it and pull that yellow loop out. Then pull a band through the first 2 and flip the third over. Now I'm going to take this first loop off of the C-clip and loop both of those yellow bands into it and close. Now going to reattach my C-clip, and it should look like this. So now what we're going to do is add the outermost border, which is the blue dual layer in this bracelet. I think it's Arctic Blue. And I'm going to be using lime green jelly. So what you're going to do is, again, grab this neon green cap band, which should be pretty visible but a bit harder to grab. So you're going to grab that, pull a neon green jelly, lime green jelly band through. I keep mixing up my greens apparently. You're going to pull a lime green band through, then grab this yellow dual layer loop right here, and if you use different colors it's easy enough to see, but for mine it's going to be this bottom loop, and it is going to be extremely difficult to grab because that's just how it's going to work in a tutorial apparently. Anyway, you're going to take your lime green jelly band through the first 3, and then you're going to lift the outer one, or lift the closest one to your hook, because we're going to be doing a fishtail border. Then go up and grab your next yellow band, this time pulling your lime green jelly through the first 4, or through all 4 technically, and lift that one closest to your hook. Then go up and grab your next yellow. It's just like grabbing the previous yellow carnival bands. You're just going to grab the regular dual layer yellow and add a fishtail border. Okay. It's a lot easier it's a lot easier to do this when you can see it up close, but I'm sitting kind of back here, so it's harder for me to see which bands I'm grabbing. So hopefully you guys know how to do a fishtail border. It's just lifting that outermost one on your bracelet, or the one closest to your hook, and pulling a band through. Okay. Trying not to lose my bands here, but they're really slippery and the hook is so small. Okay, so now I'm at this point, I've grabbed that band, and just like we did with the yellow before, you're going to stick your hook through that C-clipped band, grab these 2 yellows and slip knot it, and then take one last band through these 4. And to finish this off, you're not actually going to lift that outside one, you're just going to leave it there. Then pull those next 2 bands onto your hook and unclip them. Then take your last band through those 4 loops, and then we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So turning it around, grabbing this neon green cap band, which it's going to start to make one of those little flower looking things on the bottom, but you can still obviously attach a C-clip to it, so it's not that big a deal. Pull 1 band through the cap band, then start to grab your yellow bands, pulling a band through these, and lift this one closest to your hook. I tried doing it with a single chain, and although it does work, it kind of makes your bracelet a bit messier and crumples it up. So I like to just do a fishtail border to make it nice and neat and clean, but that's up to you. But if you are doing a single chain border, then you'll really only need the center part to be your wrist size, because it won't shrink as much. Okay, I've got a stitch here, and now I'm going to go inside, grab those 2 bands and slip knot it. Take one last band through all 4 loops. Again, just like on the other side, leave this one down there and attach, oops, I'm going to try and flip this around actually. Attach this part into your C-clip, or take it into your C-clip band, sorry, can't really think straight right now, and attach your C-clip back to the other side of that band, and this is what it should look like. So it is going to kind of pop up a little if you do make a really short length, but if you make a long one it'll be perfectly fine. So this is what it should look like at the end. This is just my little example. But that is going to do it for this video, so thank you for watching. Make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll have Heirloom's name in the description box below. make sure to check him out on Instagram, give him a follow for me, but that is going to do it for this video, and I hope to see you next time.